Hello out there. We've decided to do some adjustments on both the shingle mills. This one we were mentioning, and there were also some comments in the last video about how hard it was to push the pendulum through. We figured that it was probably due to when this top arm was broken. It was cracked when it was sent to a scrapyard. The full story is in a previous video. I re-welded this main casting, and you can see this arm here, the support is kind of goes wah, kind of a bit funny. It's likely that this arm is not exactly in line with where it used to be, and it's probably sank a little bit so that the bottom of that carriage, if you will, is riding on this guide rail. That guide rail should just be guiding the carriage so that it stays in the right orientation with the blade, but it's been taking some of the weight. The pivot on the top should be what's taking all the weight. So we took it apart and added about, I guess, 80 thousandths worth of shims, and we didn't just do that right away. We kind of added 20 thou, swung it, no difference, added 20, and so that's at about how much raise it has now. So this is going to be the first time we've run it since then. You can see there's a little bit of a rust surface pattern developed on the blade there, and we'll see with how much more ease we can move it now. The other thing that we still have to do is raise this side a little bit more, because the shavings trough here ends up collecting water right about here. So we could either drill a hole for it to drain or just raise it a little bit so that it would all get blown out. And that's part of the reason that all the shavings kind of bung up on the inside. You'll see that happen again probably. The Lloyd mill, it needs a flywheel. We've been tinkering with it. It needs, well, number one, it needs the teeth to be have deeper throats cut, and it will also need a flywheel if I want to continue to run it with my little VA case tractor. Something bigger would definitely have an easier time. So let's get to it and see what happens. So here's one of those supporting bars that comes up, and you can see this nut on the inside. It's already been welded long ago. And this is the shim situation. So we kind of made C-shaped shims, so they just are like this so that we could loosen this, take the carriage off and pry this up and slide them in until we got to the proper thickness. So you can see there's a long groove here which lets this whole block twist a bit this way, which you have to kind of set in correspondence with the guide rail that swings kind of in a crescent on the bottom. And then you can also adjust it forward and backwards, which sets how far it is from the blade. So that's that for today. You can see all the shingles are laying out here because we left them in the packer overnight. They got all damp. So they're waiting to dry. Stay tuned, and we'll tinker more with the Lloyd automatic mill in the back. And until next time, have a good one.